My friend, 80% of people don't know the old name of these 11 countries. I want you to be part of that 20%. Make me proud. Iran. Does Persia say anything to you? Well, that was Iran's old name before it changed in 1935. This shift, which aimed to assert a modern, unified national identity and reduce Western influence, was done by the ruler of the country at that time, Reza Shah Pahlavi. The name derived from Aryan, but it's not the race, since in Iran's case, it denotes a cultural and linguistic thing. Thailand. I bet you recognize the old name of Thailand without even knowing it. Why? Because I'm pretty sure you are familiar with Siamese cats, which come from Siam. Well, this is how Thailand was previously called. The word Thai relates to freedom, or free, a fact which makes sense, since it's the only Southeast Asian nation to resist European colonization. Oh, I forgot. I didn't tell you when it changed its name. It was in the same year World War II started, 1939. Turkey. I wouldn't really call that a name change, since it was already the official one, obtained in 1923, but the Turkish version. On December 2021, Erdogan ordered the use of Turkey, this move being driven by a desire to preserve the country's cultural and linguistic identity, and of course, to prevent associations with the English word. After all, you don't want to Google for holiday locations and find the Thanksgiving meal. Another aspect I want you to know is that on January 2022, a tourism campaign with the catchphrase, "Hello, Turkey," was also launched. Ghana. Gold Coast. That's how Ghana was called until 1957. And if we take into consideration the gold resources exploited over there, it really makes sense. This new name was inspired by Ghana Empire, which influenced the history and culture of West Africa. This rebranding symbolized a return to African roots and a rejection of colonial domination, especially if you look back at its former British colony status. Suriname. Since in the past it was a Dutch colony, the old name shouldn't surprise you. It was called Dutch Guiana. Suriname may come from Suriname, the indigenous people who were inhabiting the area at the time when Europeans arrived. Initially under British rule, it was ceded to the Netherlands in exchange for New Amsterdam, what you know today as New York City. Suriname adopted its indigenous name to reflect its unique identity and break free from its colonial history. Zimbabwe. We have here another former British colony who, until 1980, was called Rhodesia. The name came from a British imperialist, Cecil Rhodes. However, my friend, after the country gained independence, the name Zimbabwe was adopted. It is derived from Shona language, where it means houses of stone or stone buildings. Zambia. It was called Northern Rhodesia. Do you see any similarities with what I told you about the previous country? Yes, you're right. The etymology has the same explanation. It is related to the same imperialist. About the northern part, it's enough for you to take a look on the map and you will understand. The new name Zambia was inspired by the Zambezi River, which is also a natural border between these two countries. Sri Lanka. 1972. That's when Ceylon changed to Sri Lanka, the country becoming a republic. The former name was the British colonial one. Actually, it derived from an earlier Portuguese one, Ceilão. In Sanskrit, Sri Lanka means resplendent island. The conversion marked a shift away from its colonial past under Portuguese, Dutch, and British rule. Although it happened a couple of decades ago, I'm pretty sure you recognize this name, especially if you think about the T. North Macedonia. I think you already know this one, because it happened just a couple of years ago in 2019. There was a dispute between Greece and Macedonia concerning a name also associated with a historical Greek region in the northern mountainous part of the country, which includes its second largest city, Thessaloniki. Greece had been blocking North Macedonia's membership in NATO until the name dispute was resolved by Prespa Agreement. Myanmar. This one is quite special because renaming remains a contested issue. In 1989, the ruling military government changed the name from Burma to Myanmar to better reflect the country's ethnic diversity. The country's name was changed only in English, since in the Burmese language, Myanmar is simply the more formal version of Burma. Anyway, some countries recognized the change, while others didn't. Democratic Republic of the Congo. Maybe you heard this name Zaire. That's how the actual Democratic Republic of the Congo was called between 1971 and 1997. The word Zaire is from a Portuguese adaptation of a Kikongo word, Nzadi, which means river. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is named after the Congo River, which flows through the country and is the world's deepest river. If you enjoyed this video, you know what you have to do, my friend. Come on, don't be shy, hit those buttons, and you will get more content like this. It was a pleasure to have you here, buddy. Take care, and I hope I will see you in another video.